Marhaba and happy birthday, Chris! Yay! So today we're going to be visiting the Blue Mosque, which is right behind me, and that's why I've got my headscarf on. And we're also going to be hitting up the how do you say it? Topkapi Palace, which I can never pronounce, and as well as the Istanbul Archaeological Museum. So we've got a lot on the agenda today, hoping we can get through it all. It's a nice day here today, the sun is shining, it's a lot warmer than it was yesterday, and I think it's going to be a good one. Alright, let's head into the Blue Mosque. I think we've spent at least an hour and a half. We spent longer than we thought we would, but that's mainly because there's so much literature outside of the mosque for us to read. So we got to read a lot about Islam and the religion, and we found it so interesting because there's so many similarities and linkages with the Christian and Jewish religions. And so we spent a lot of time reading that information, and we thought it was very interesting. And then we made our way into the mosque, which is very beautiful, but unfortunately it's currently under restoration, and that's going to be taking about 4 years to complete. So maybe we'll come back again in 4 or 5 years time and see the true magnificence of this mosque in its entirety without any scaffolding. But it is a very beautiful place to visit, and yeah, we're just so much more interested now in the religion of Islam, and there's so much more to read and find out about, and hopefully we can find somebody who can give us more information because we have a lot of questions. So now we're going to be heading off to the Topkapi Palace, which I can never pronounce, and we're going to walk there because I think it's pretty close. So let's head over. So on our way to the Topkapi Palace, which is over there, we ended up finding the tombs of the sultans that we meant to see yesterday after we were visiting the Hagia Sophia. So we're going to do a quick detour, visit the tombs, and then head over to the palace. Let's go.
Alright, so we finished at the tomb, so now we're off to the Topkapi Palace. Let's go!
We're here now at the Topkapi Palace. We've just entered into the grounds. We're looking for the actual entrance into the museum, and we found out that this, the Topkapi Palace, was serving as the residence as well as the administrative buildings for the Ottoman sultans. Finished here at the Topkapi Palace, And it's really interesting to get a glimpse of how the Ottomans lived way back in the day. We got a glimpse of their kitchens, and they learned about how much food they would cook for all of their people that lived in the palace, as well as soldiers. We got to see some of the dishes and pots and pans that they would use to cook, which was really interesting. We also got to see their libraries as well as studies. There was a mini mosque that we got to see as well, and a nice beautiful view of the Bosphorus River. And lastly, we were walking through a museum that was dedicated to the relics that are very important to Islam. The museum is closing now. It's around 5 o'clock, so we're gonna head out and we're just gonna go continue exploring the streets of Istanbul.
Today we decided to try a cafeteria style food. We decided on chicken wings, beef stew, rice, and chicken soup. It looks really good. I think it costs us like 11 bucks, roughly. Check it out. Oh, and a mixed juice.
And drinks.
Okay, let's see before it gets cold.
They're having so much fun outside. That's hilarious.